What's up, Facebook and Instagram Live? This is Coach TJ coming to you from the dining room. All right. So today we're going to be talking about the 3 things that you need to do right now to get your health back on track. All right. So once again, we're here. We're obviously in quarantine. Everybody's at home and looking for ways to get back on track. And there's so many different things that you can do. And, so many different people out there that are talking about this specific topic that it kind of becomes difficult to figure out what you need to focus on. All right. So this is today what we're going to talk about are pretty much the 3 main things that we're finding are the most important to getting back on track, getting back on your fat loss goals, getting back on your health goals in general. All right. So the first thing, if we have a goal of getting healthy and losing weight or gaining muscle, whatever your specific goal may be, you have to get back on a good schedule, right? And it's probably the number one thing that we're hearing from all of our clients, our adult clients, our athletes, is that it's really difficult to stay on a schedule, right? The biggest thing that we're recommending is that you're using your calendar, your Google Calendar, or your whatever calendar you have on your email or your phone, and that's going to act as something that is going to nudge you in the right direction, making sure that you're staying on track with your goals, with your whether it's working out, going to bed on time, waking up on time. Those are really important things to stay on track for your goals, because if you're not building it into your schedule, it will be forgotten. Okay, so major concept that we hear a lot is that, I can't find the time. I just can't seem to find the time. And now more than ever, there are some people that have more time than ever, but which they don't really know what to do with. And there are some people that have absolutely less time because they have kids running around. I've got an 11-month-old daughter that's running around, and every waking moment that we're home, we have to keep our eyes open because, right now she's just running all over the place. So hold on one sec. I guess we're going to end that Instagram. So what we want to make sure is that we're setting our schedule and we're sticking to it, right? Making sure that you're making promises to your future self. So if you're not sticking to your own schedule, then that just comes down to, at the end of the day, you're not showing up for yourself. If you don't show up for yourself, then it's kind of difficult to show up for other people, right? So make that promise, set your schedule, and stick to it, right? Discipline is one of those things that you really have to make sure that you have a goal in mind, but the process is all about sticking to it, right? And again, those are just reminders, those are nudges, and you think about it as your current self setting your future self up for success, right? So you might be sitting down, just hammering out your schedule, making sure that you're fitting all of your priorities in. Family time, right? That should come first. Your health, right? Your workouts, making sure that you're preparing your meals, things like that. And then, making sure that you're getting your work done and all that as well. So blocking those things off, just like you would have a normal work day, are going to make things a lot easier when we're talking about the day-to-day, because we're in this for another month or so. I would say, and it's one of those things you kind of have to commit to that, and maybe even think about even for longer terms of, so that you're not just letting yourself go and getting frustrated because you just don't know when and where it's going to end. So number 2. This is more based around fat loss goals and people that are looking to stay lean and maybe, again, getting back on track with their health, is make snacking inconvenient, okay? So this is an awesome concept that I've come across through Precision Nutrition, which is one of the certifications that we hold at the gym, and it's a great way to look at, just kind of setting up habits. If something's convenient, you're gonna reach for it, right? So if it's a snack, if it's something like cookies in a jar, if it's something like, pretzels, it's something like whatever your go-to snack, bad snack that is, late at night is, you have to make it inconvenient for you to get to it, right? So my wife battles with me all the time because I struggle with this myself, but I'll actually tell her, I was like, well, if you're going to bring that home, you got to hide it, right? Hide it on me, put it somewhere I'm not going to find it, or make it so inconvenient that I'm not going to get on a ladder and go up to the top of, the kitchen, the top cabinet to get to it. So those are just some ways. And again, just looking at one step, just take one step toward that direction. So if you find yourself, you walk past this one section in your kitchen that just holds the cookies or holds the whatever snack it is. If you continue to walk past that and it's so easy to just grab it, notice that and realize, okay, I'm doing this regularly, right? I'm always reaching for those chips. I'm always reaching for those cookies late at night. I know I shouldn't. And another thing about this is that step one is keeping to a schedule. So going to bed earlier is also going to cut down the amount of time that you're going to be snacking late at night. I know that's something that I struggle with. If I'm staying up late, you get hungry again. So, making sure you stick to the schedule, that's big. But snacking, make it inconvenient. So put it in a place that you're not going to want to, get up on a chair to get up to the top shelf in the cabinet, or put it out in the garage, put it somewhere, or again, have your spouse or your significant other hide it on you so that you can't find it and there's nothing you can do about it. One of the rules is if it's in the house, someone you love will most likely find it and eat it. So make sure that if you are bringing this stuff into the house, that and maybe you have self-control, right? And some people do. I don't know. It's a very difficult thing to possess, willpower and self-control. But if you don't have that self-control, then make sure that you're setting yourself up. And one other way to do this, to make it inconvenient, this is an awesome thing that I picked up recently, is to take a Post-it note, all right? And I wrote it right here. Do you really need this? Right? That's a question. I don't know. If I read this every time I went to go and grab bag of chips, I'd probably feel bad about it. Do you really need this? Probably not. Maybe it's time to go to bed. Maybe I should just kind of brush my teeth, drink some water, and head to bed. Right? So that's another way, is to kind of leave yourself these reminders. And again, it's all about your current self, your motivated self that you're feeling like, oh man, I got to make a change. Do this for your future self, okay? So it's just another concept to kind of think about. So again, make snacking inconvenient. So number one is set that schedule, right? Really important, set your schedule. Number two, okay, make snacking inconvenient. Number three, very similar to number two, is make training convenient, okay? But just like I said before, if it's convenient, you're gonna eat it, right? If it's a bad snack, you're gonna go and eat it. If you wanna make something convenient, you need to make it easier on yourself, okay? So having, again, on your schedule, is it the first, if you try to work out, for me, for instance, I really have a hard time working out late at night. I don't love doing it, and there are times when I'll just kind of push it off, and then I wind up, I don't do it. I like to work out somewhere. Obviously, I own a gym, so I'm usually training clients in the morning, or lately I've been with my daughter in the morning. So I like to work out anywhere between 10 o'clock and 12 o'clock, but I like to put it in my schedule, okay? Between 10 and 12, I put it in my schedule so I know that I'm gonna get my 3 to 4 workouts in per week, right? And again, these are all things that you have to think about it and prepare for your future self, right? So making sure that, whether it's the first thing in the morning is usually the best time to do it, because you don't allow all these other distractions to kind of push you and pull you in every other directions. Is it in your afternoon? Do you like training in the evening? Just want to make sure you don't train too late in the evening, because then it's going to be hard to fall back asleep. All right. So the next thing to do to make sure that training is more convenient is to create a space in your home or in your apartment or wherever you're living, in your bedroom. Make a space where that's your workout space. And it doesn't have to be anything elaborate, right? Obviously I own a gym, so most of the time I work out at my own gym. But now lately, obviously I've brought some equipment home, just like we lended out a bunch of equipment for our clients. I've brought some equipment home, and sometimes I love working out outside, because obviously you get the fresh air. Obviously I'm getting a bit of a sun tan and maybe even a burn at times, which is great on a beautiful day. But then I also have a space in my basement. It's literally just this little tiny corner, and that's where I have a kettlebell, a band, and just some space to work out. And again, just knowing that you make it easier on yourself. You don't have to kind of move furniture around and do this, that, and the other thing. Just know that you have a little area. Maybe it's just a mat that you're going to roll out and then you roll it back up. Doesn't have to make a clutter or anything like that, but make it convenient. Find that area that all you need is about a 5x5 or 6x6 space to be able to do certain work, certain exercises in, right? So again, make it convenient and make sure that you're also, it doesn't matter that you don't have all the equipment in the world, right? Again, our clients, we've been handing out equipment and we're trying to make it as convenient as possible again, but don't allow yourself to just give into that, right? Do with what you have. And if it's just body weight, you can really challenge yourself with body weight. All right, just working on tempo, making sure you're moving nice and slow on the way down, controlling maybe 3 to 5 seconds, like on a push-up or something. You're doing 3 to 5 seconds on the way down. You're holding at the bottom and you're pushing yourself up. That's a really challenging workout for the fittest person on earth, let alone somebody that's just looking to get a 15 to 30 minute workout in. And that's if you're starting from nowhere, if you haven't done anything, then just committing to 10 minutes is really all you need to do. Commit to 10, and I guarantee you're probably going to work out for more like 20 to 30 minutes, right? But I would definitely, at least get that 30 minutes and commit to those 10 minutes every day, even if it's just a 10-minute walk. Again, being active is absolutely going to help you, especially mentally in this time, right? So just to recap, number 1 is set your schedule. Build the time to work out. Build the time to cook your meals. Build the time to focus on your health, right? Make sure you're going to bed on time. That's part of your schedule. Set that in your schedule. Try not to stay up so late. You're watching Netflix, playing video games, whatever you're doing. The more your eyes are excited and your brain is excited by that screen, the harder it is, because you're so amped up, the harder it is to fall asleep. All right. So again, make sure that we're setting the schedule. Give yourself those reminders, those little nudges. Hey, it's about time. I know my phone, Apple comes with an app that kind of lets you know if you set your sleep time. Hey, it's about 30 minutes before you want to go to bed. You should probably start, winding down, and that's a good time to, obviously turn the TV off, turn the phone off, and start to head to bed. All right. Again, and then we make snacking inconvenient. Okay, so one part that I didn't even talk about before is just making sure that you're eating enough throughout the day and eating round meals like you normally would, making sure you're getting enough protein. Those types of things are really important, but just make snacking so inconvenient that it's just like, you know what, this is the reminder that, my past self is telling me, like, you probably shouldn't be eating these things so late at night. So make that inconvenient, put it further away, put it in a cabinet where you're not going to see it. Don't leave it out on the counter. That's just going to lend to being able to just kind of get over to it and snack, whenever. And then again, make training convenient. So you want to make sure that you have that space in your house, that you've carved out that time in your schedule, and you've made the time for training. And again, those are all you have to do is commit to just 10 to 20 minutes. And again, that's going to lead to better choices as you go. All right. And I know I said 3, but the fourth one I would say, or let's just call it a bonus tip, is to have an accountability partner. Okay. So this is something that even myself as a gym owner, I have an accountability partner, somebody that kind of just, is in the back of my head, like, kind of nudging me to go in the right direction. All right. So those are things that, whether it's a friend, a family member, a spouse, a coach like myself, having that person that you need to stay accountable to is really, really important during this time. And especially, now more than ever, we want to come out of this thing healthier than we went into it, right? You don't want to come out of this situation feeling 10 times worse than you did going in. And it's really easy to allow yourself to go down that path. But focusing on what you can control, again, have those little wins day to day is going to be really important. And letting somebody know about your goals and then having that person hold you accountable and just check in with you on a regular basis is really, really important. And make sure that person is going to hold you accountable and not just going to be like, oh, great, those are great goals, hope you do well. and then just never talk to you after that again. You have to make sure that it's somebody that's really going to keep, that's a hard ass. It's going to keep on top of you and make sure that you're following up and that your actions are in alignment with your words. All right. If you have a goal, you have to stick to the process. And if you're having trouble sticking to the process, or even just scheduling or setting up a process in the first place, feel free. We're working with our clients virtually right now. It's the only way that we can do it. The number one thing that we're hearing right now is that the accountability is the most important thing. That just keeping that contact with our clients. We do live stream workouts. We're constantly texting, calling, following up, making sure that they're getting their workouts in. We have a training app for our athletes. We also have the same for our adults. We've got live stream workouts on Zoom. We've got weekly and daily check-ins on our private Facebook group we call our Inner Circle. And that, again, it's just having somebody to be accountable to and show up, right? If you're scheduled for that 8 a.m. session, just like if you were coming to the gym, people are going to be like, hey, where's Ed? Where is he? He didn't come in today. How come he hasn't shown up? And we're all going to be kind of, that community is really what helps. And again, having that one specific person that is holding you accountable for these things, especially at this time, because of what we're going through and because it's so difficult to stay on track, having that accountability is huge, right? And again, having a plan is number one. Scheduling your time, knowing what you should be eating, right? Getting enough protein in your diet. And again, that's the number one thing that we're focusing on to help our clients through this time, is staying accountable, having the right plan, and just being consistent with that. And again, if you're struggling with this right now, just like plenty of people are, especially on the scheduling side and the accountability side, message us here, and we'll follow up with a phone call, and we'll help you through. And even if it's just a 10-minute phone call just to get you right back on track, that's really all we're looking to do right now. All right, so thanks so much if you're watching right now live, and we're going to be reposting this. So if you're watching this at some time in the future, I hope you take this and start taking action on these things right away. If you feel motivated by this video, take an action step by now scheduling your next workout. It's all it takes. Just schedule it, and schedule it on, if you don't feel like you can block off an hour, schedule 15 minutes, schedule 20 minutes, whatever it takes. Block off that time and make sure that even if it's just a body weight workout where you're doing squats, body weight squats, push-ups, and a plank, and you do that for rounds, it doesn't matter. Just commit to it. And again, show up for your future self, right? Make sure that when you put it in your calendar, you're going to be disciplined to say, you know what? This is a non-negotiable. I'm gonna stop what I'm doing right now, and I'm gonna work out. But again, if you need help, please feel free to reach out right here. You can direct message me right here, and you can follow up in any way possible. Keep strong, stay positive, and if you guys need anything, please feel free to reach out at any point. Talk soon.